Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls,
Welcome to the Unmarked Marks podcast. I'm your boy Lunchbox.
It's your boy Monton.
it's your boy Chad.
All right, so we're gonna do this quickly today.
We are missing before we start. We are missing one of our co-hosts,
Yeah,
but I'm
his
pretty sure he got hit by Jack Perry. So I don't know. I'm pretty sure Jack Perry just super kicked the fuck out of him. I don't know.
something happened to him.
The elite must have got him.
Yeah, changed the world. So we're gonna go over a couple things today. We're gonna go over this stupid draft, which was kind of pointless.
It was the worst.
And then we're gonna give you our backlash predictions. So here we go. How did you feel about the draft here, Chad?
I thought it was the worst one so far in the history of the draft, to be honest with you.
Yeah, it wasn't that great. It was very underwhelming for the first Triple H's era.
Starting off good, Triple H.
I mean, there were a few good picks, that we all were expecting.
Oh yeah, don't get me wrong, because there was a couple NXT picks that.
Well, that's what I'm talking about. There was a couple that definitely deserved the call up.
Yeah, but half of them just stayed on the same show. What really happened that made you like?
What really, made me hate it, to be honest, was they just had Braun Breaker sign with SmackDown a contract, and now a month later he's on Raw.
Yeah, tell me about it.
I mean,
I feel like that was, like you said, probably one of the worst drafts since the draft became a thing.
I mean, now signing contracts is pointless. Honestly,
2003 was the first WWE draft. What about you, Monton? What do you think?
I like the fact that Braun Strowman did get picked up. Not Braun Strowman, sorry, Braun Breaker. I'm already thinking ahead because I want Braun Breaker.
2002 was the first draft.
But this draft has been very underwhelming. There's been no shakeups. It's been predictable on where the storylines are going. We should have just not done a draft this year. What was the point of the draft if everybody's going to stay on the same?
It was extremely lackluster, is how I would describe it.
Nah, I wouldn't say it was lackluster because the way they pulled it off was very sports-esque in a way. You know what I'm saying? So, like, that was cool, but like, why keep some of the wrestlers on the same show?
Yeah,
they don't have any creative ideas.
When I wrote down like the new rosters, I only wrote down the people that actually kind of change shows. So, and then I starred the ones that actually went from show to show instead of like NXT to, or I wrote change. Jesus Christ. Anyway. Go on.
So you want to go over some of them picks?
We could. Braun Breaker went from SmackDown to Raw. Sheamus stayed on Raw. Kiana James went from NXT.
This fat son of a bitch is challenging all of us. Has been world champions before.
Kiana James went from NXT to and was it Raw? I think she went to Raw.
Raw.
See, that shocked me because I didn't think I thought she had more to do in NXT, but good for her. Alba Fire and Isla Dawn went from SmackDown to Raw. Damage Control went from SmackDown to Raw. Braun Strowman stayed on Raw. Ilya Dragunov went from NXT.
That was a great call up, by the way.
Yeah, Ilya's ready. Lyra Valkyria, that one kind of shocked me a little bit, but I could see why they kept the title on Roxanne Perez now. Because if you remember, they said titles are locked in on that show.
Yeah.
It was a good detail when Ava told her that rule on that NXT. They won her in is it Julia?
Julia
or some shit. But
yeah.
she's a badass. I can't wait to see her. But NXT is going to print money with Julia and Roxanne Perez, and I'm excited
And
for that.
Raw is about to print some money with Ilya and Gunther.
Oh, 100%.
I
Dijak
think we're
went from
forgetting the
NXT to
fact
Raw.
that we got Braun Breaker versus Braun Strowman.
Oh, it's going to be insane.
That's a lot of meat slapping together. No
Me.
Diddy. No Diddy, though.
New Catch Republic went from SmackDown to Raw. Carmelo Hayes got drafted from NXT to SmackDown. Nia Jax went from Raw to SmackDown. Andrade went from Raw to SmackDown, which I think Charlotte's
Raw?
Huh?
Which one? Which promotion is Charlotte on?
SmackDown.
Okay.
Baron Corbin is going back to SmackDown from NXT. Shinsuke Nakamura is going from Raw to SmackDown.
He Chelsea just Green. Needs to leave.
Who?
Shinsuke.
You don't like Shinsuke?
I love Shinsuke. They're not using him right.
No, they're not.
Half of that roster is not being used. It's great to have a road crew.
Yeah.
But use your road crew for your development and some of your jobbers. Not even mid-card, your jobbers. Let them get some recognition. They got mouths to feed. Let them get some ring time. Stop using your B list and your A list on your road shows. I understand that's what people want to come for, to see them. But when are you going to use all the other talent that you have in the back? You're just hoarding. It's becoming like AEW. You hoard all these people and you don't use them properly.
See, you're right with that.
You are right. I'll give you that one. You're definitely right.
I still think Nakamura will be WWE champion one day under Triple H.
One day?
I'm going to be honest with you.
Already happened.
I don't think so. I think when his deal is up, I think he's going back to New Japan.
Or he's going to retire.
I'd rather him retire.
Chelsea Green and Piper Niven went from Raw to SmackDown, which I think that's going to be fantastic. I feel like Chelsea Green is also my pick to win the 2024 Money in the Bank for the women. Candice LeRae and Indy Hartwell went from Raw to SmackDown. DIY went from Raw to SmackDown. Blair Davenport got called up from NXT to go to SmackDown, which I thought was pretty solid.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see Blair Davenport and Rhea Ripley down the road. That'll be awesome. Apollo Crews, I'm pretty sure he was already on SmackDown. But Giovanni Vinci got drafted to SmackDown after they broke up Imperium on Monday Night Raw. And then Tegan Nox went from Raw to SmackDown.
Where did Pretty Deadly go?
Monday Night Raw, I think. But even still, dude, like most of the draft picks stayed on the same show. Like, why waste a draft pick for Seth Rollins? Like, you know what I'm saying? That shouldn't have counted.
Yeah.
What story are we going to tell now that we had the same people that were supposed to be drafted not get drafted? Are we going to continue the stories that we already did? Because WrestleMania, after Mania, it's a reset. That's how it's supposed to always be. That's how it's always been.
So, did you have any matches of the week?
Not really. This week, no, not really. Did you?
I would say New Day versus Imperium after Ludwig Kaiser turns on Giovanni after that match.
Does it have to be WWE related? Because I got a match I want to talk about.
No, it doesn't have to be WWE related because
I want to talk about
TNA.
Not even TNA. I want to talk about this boring ass match that we watched last night between Chris Jericho and what's his name, Shibata?
Katsuyori Shibata.
Yeah, that match was horrible. The finish was terrible. Why was there 5 minutes of just them trading chops back and forth? And I thought I was like seeing shit, but it was literally them, even picture in picture, them just trading shots. There could have been so many more spots done in that match, and nothing happened. You don't even get me started on when Chris Jericho put Shibata's getting over Shibata's head and proceeded to
Get up! This is entertaining as hell, guys.
Speaking of the kendo stick and Shibata, did you guys see when he accidentally hit Chris Jericho in the ear with it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember telling Monton about that, dude. I was like,
you could tell he probably gave him cauliflower ear, bro.
Oh, I bet that felt great.
I just can't stress enough that Chris Jericho needs to retire.
How about Katsuyori Shibata talking about shut the fuck up and get out of wrestling and just beat his ass?
Yes.
And I would like to talk about how this man, where we're about to answer him right here, has broken the UK charts for iTunes right now, and is currently like 30th in America.
Dad, what's that guy's name? Ho Gendry?
I believe
in Joe Hendry. All right.
You want to go with Backlash predictions?
No, I want to talk about, since we're talking about matches of the week, I do want to quickly mention Adam Copeland and Buddy Matthews.
Go for it.
That was a pretty solid match.
It was.
What I want to mostly talk about that is the aftermath of the match. Buddy Matthews gets set up for Jericho, and then it goes black. Aleister Black pops up, and then
Malachi.
Well, I don't know what that means, but it
Malachi
cannot be
Black,
good for
my
Cope.
bad.
But it's got to be good for Buddy. Oh,
he kind of gives this look to Cope, and he goes, and just Adam Copeland kind of gives the blank stare. It's just the vibe. So I feel like we're going to get
and Buddy's saying, hit me, look at this.
I feel like we're going to get a fuck, I can't even talk.
We're going to get a heel turn from Adam?
Thank you. Sorry. My girlfriend was messaging me. But I'm excited.
See it happening.
I could definitely see it happening.
I don't know. Not yet.
Huh?
I don't think it's just going to happen that quickly.
I do.
What's the reason for him just turning heel?
Because they're getting in his head.
Bro, if you notice, every time Malachi Black spits in somebody's face, or Julia Hart, because Julia Hart got spit in the face with the mist, and then slowly turned heel. And
Sky Blue.
And then Julia Hart spit in Sky Blue's face, and then Sky Blue slowly started turning. So sooner or later, we're going to get Brood Adam Copeland.
Yep.
Yeah, but let's move on, because we got bigger things to talk about.
We got Backlash this week.
Backlash in France. In fucking France, yo. I think the card looks a little underwhelming, but I think it's going to be pretty fucking solid.
I do think it's going to be solid, and I do agree it's a little bit underwhelming for, being in France. You think they would have went a little bit bigger?
All right, peace out, Monton.
Right, I guess phone died. But, for what it is, I do think that they have enough star power on it to really make a show.
Oh, dude, I think it's going to be fan-fucking-tastic.
I mean, we all know what's going to happen with Solo Sikoa. It's a given at this point.
What do you think?
The Jacob Fatu coming.
See, you think Jacob's going to? You think Jacob's coming back through the tag match?
It's either that or he's going to attack Jay.
That's what I think he's going to do.
It's going to be one of the two. But I don't know exactly, where it's going to happen, but we know it's going to happen there at this point,
Oh yeah. If it doesn't happen, see, that's where it confuses me because if we're gonna have Jacob jump Jay in the match with Damian Priest, how are you what is that gonna do?
Yeah.
It's just like Jimmy costing Jay. I guess I could see it. But we just had a draft, so we're gonna have Jay just keep jumping brands.
The only thing I can see it doing is it causing Jay to, go back to the bloodline as far as the original bloodline goes, and we get,
Dude,
Roman
the
back when
fucking
Roman's done
face.
filming.
Huh?
We get Roman back when Roman's done filming this movie, pulling a rock bullshit. Part-timer bullshit. But
listen, the fucking babyface run that Roman Reigns, Jey Uso, Jimmy Uso, and Sammy are gonna fucking run with the bloodline is going to be fucking astronomical.
I do agree with that.
Like, I'm trying to plan a trip to Survivor Series because I have a feeling that it's gonna be tribal combat in fucking War Games. And guess what? I'm 100% sold just by
Oh,
that thought.
that would be, a sold-out show instantly.
Yeah,
Just for that in
and
itself. That'd be the biggest War Games of all time. Just because, only
slow your
because
roll,
of
slow
the
your roll.
history
We gotta
behind
do,
it.
huh?
Only because of the history that's coming into it.
Yes. It could probably be the most built up War Games match.
It'll be the most built up, and I think it'll be the most sold War Games match. It won't be the best War Games match of all time because anything NXT right now. I'm going to tell you was probably better back when Undisputed Era was in, but it definitely has the star power to build SummerSlam to heights it's never been.
Monton's phone died.
Did it?
Yeah.
Oh no. So what's the first match on the card?
Cody Rhodes and AJ Styles.
That's how they're opening the show?
Yeah, but I'm gonna save the way I'm gonna do the order is I'm gonna do like the more it goes down.
Uh-huh.
Like I'm gonna start with the Kabuki Warriors and Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna go to like Bailey and Tiffany Stratton versus Naomi. And then I'm gonna save Randy Orton and KO for last.
Well, that's fine. Well, let's start it up.
All right. Out of Kabuki Warriors in versus Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair, Chad, who do you see coming out of that?
You got to put Jade over on that one. You got to put the title on them too. They're the biggest thing in women's tag team right now.
I'm also going Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair only because I just damage controlling it.
And the only other reason why I'm going that is because they need a way to build Jade with Bianca to cause a feud between the two eventually. Because
And
when that happens, it's going to be amazing.
all right, so the next match is Bailey versus Tiffany Stratton versus Naomi. Who do you see winning?
Bailey, they're not going to take it off her just yet, I don't think. I mean, I know it's Tiffy time, but I don't think it's quite Tiffy time yet.
You know what's funny? I've never seen my watch say Tiffy time. I'm gonna go with Tiffany.
Really? You think they're going to take it off of Bailey already?
Huh?
You think they're going to take the title off Bailey?
It's Tiffy time.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
I can. I mean, I can see it, but I just don't know why they would take the title off just yet. I mean, you give her WrestleMania moment, and then I guess she, gives back.
For the record, I know Bailey is winning,
But yes, it is Tiffy time.
but I'm gonna go with Tiffany Stratton.
That's who you want to win.
That's who I want to win.
That
But
would be a dope moment.
I know Bailey is gonna win.
That would be a dope moment.
If you remember, if you go back to the Elimination Chamber before WrestleMania, when she came out in Australia, that place erupted. There was no roof, but if
they're gonna
there
erupt
was a
again.
roof, yeah, but if there was a roof on that stadium, there would no be a roof.
Oh yeah, it's gonna erupt again for sure.
Oh, for sure. I'm so excited. But next match, I'm gonna say Damian Priest versus Jey Uso. How do you see that playing out?
I think we get Damian, or I think Jay wins by disqualification at this point, just because of Jacob Fatu.
So, when I ask you who do you think is gonna win the matches, right? That is perfect. So you think Jay's gonna win?
I think Jay's gonna win, only by disqualification. Yeah.
I think you're right, but I think somehow the ref gets knocked out, and Jacob comes in and beats the holy fuck out of Jay real quick, tosses it back in the ring, and Damian pins him 1, 2, 3. Because if you want Damian to be strong going into Clash of the Castle to feed him against Drew McIntyre, let's be honest here. His first title defense, and it's going to end in a disqualification.
Yeah. I mean, you're right for sure. Yeah, because they got to do something for Damian for him going into Clash.
Yeah, you're going to make Damian Priest look strong as fuck going into Clash of the Castle.
Oh yeah, they have
By
to.
the way, side note, Chad drank a bottle of water today. It was solid. Good for you. Your kidneys are loving you right now. Do you still think Jay wins?
Yeah, I do. I for some reason I got a feeling it's going to be all hell breaking loose and it's going to be a disqualification.
Okay. Ant also picked Damian Priest.
Okay.
So next match, we're gonna go with Cody Rhodes versus AJ Styles. Chad, how do you see that playing out?
Cody Rhodes, of course.
Of course.
They're not going to take that title off him for a while.
Whoa!
He's so over, but at the same time, there has been a lot of controversy with him as of recently becoming, his promos are getting boring. They're getting repetitive. It's the same thing week after week after week, and he's starting the part-timer shit, taking weeks off.
What?
Because isn't he not supposed to be on... Somebody said he wasn't supposed to be on one of the shows coming up.
Chad, Cody Rhodes has been on every fucking episode of wrestling since WrestleMania.
And guess what has been every episode of wrestling? Dusty Rhodes, the American Dream.
Yeah, because everybody doesn't know how to bring up fucking anything against Cody Rhodes besides his dad.
I know.
It's a way to get cheap heat, which is fucking dumb, and I'm sick of it.
I'm very sick of it, and I feel like
how many
they
times
need to find something different.
Your dad loved me. or I loved your dad. You can't pull that card so many times before the card wears out.
Exactly. So yeah, definitely Cody Rhodes is winning. That's a given, but I think that they're gonna, give AJ a push from this match. I think they're gonna make him look strong as hell. Because I don't think it's gonna be no quick match.
No, I feel like that match is going to go at least 30 minutes.
Oh yeah.
Both guys can do it.
Easy.
I'm trying to see if Monton's going to come back before we close it out.
Yep.
Because I at least want him to talk about his predictions.
Yeah. What's the next match on the card?
Hold on. Blue. All right, he ain't coming back. So, nope, we're going to move that. The next match on the card, Chad, is Randy Orton and KO versus Solo Sikoa and Tama Tonga, which I think is Tama's first televised event or wrestling match. He did just have his first wrestling match for the company a couple days ago at the house show.
Yep.
But I think people are about to see how Tama Tonga actually can go, and it's going to be incredible.
And Solo Sikoa is about to break his 0-68 streak for losing.
Oh, yeah, for sure. So, how do you see that match playing out?
Oh, that match 110%. It's going to
I
be
think
some.
it's going to deliver.
Oh, it's going to deliver, but I think there's going to be some real funky shit going on in that match.
It's going to deliver like my Dash of Doors order.
For sure, Solo, and Solo's getting that, no doubt about it. But they're gonna put KO over so much, it's not even funny from this. They have to. KO needs a push.
Yeah. Could you imagine Cody Rhodes versus the heel Kevin Owens? That's a license to print money right there.
You know what I want right now, to be honest with you? I want Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn for the title.
You want Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn?
For the title, yeah. Just because I feel like it would be a good match to show off for the title. Instant chemistry.
Oh, dude. Their paths will always cross.
Oh, yeah. How do you see that match playing out right now?
See, this match is a perfect example of a bloodline match. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's almost callable of what's going to happen. Excuse
sure.
me. But if Jacob does not come, or if Jacob does not cost Jey Uso the title on Saturday, I feel he's going to somehow be involved with Solo and Tama. But I don't see him costing Kevin Owens and Randy Orton the match at Backlash. I see him more doing the like after thing. Like after the match is over, after they beat the fucking piss out of Kevin
He's
Owens.
going to be the new enforcer.
Yeah, he's going to be Solo's enforcer.
Yep.
Which is going to be epic.
Scary.
Yeah.
People better be ready for having to use Icy Hot and shit, because he's about to throw down.
Oh, I'm so excited.
The way I'm about to insert right down here some clips from him, it's insane the amount that this man can do.
Oh, it's crazy.
I mean, he can do what, cruiserweights could frickin' do.
Oh,
and
yeah.
He's huge.
Oh, yeah. Big meaty men slapping meat, my man.
Yeah, right? Now, is that the main event for the show?
Huh?
Is that the main event for the show?
No, I believe the main event is Cody Rhodes and AJ Styles.
Okay. I wasn't 100% sure if that was going to be the main event or not.
No, if it's not Cody Rhodes and AJ Styles, it's Randy Orton and Kevin Owens versus Solo and Tama.
I feel like that should be the main event. That should be how you close your show out. You know, having Jacob show up and all hell break loose.
Yeah, I could see that. But all right.
Yep.
Yeah, we've had a long day of work. I think it's
Oh,
time
yeah.
I think it's time we close this out.
Yep.
Hey, look, it's been real. Go ahead. Follow me on Twitter at L_box54. You can follow the Unmarked Marks podcast on TikTok and Twitter.
I'll insert them right here.
As you will. It's been real.
It's
Thanks for
been
the
real.
9 people that actually watch our show. I appreciate y'all.